Hello there, community. It's always so funny because every time I want to do a live is when I'm in my pajamas. I'm like, oh, this is again me with bewildered hair and pajamas on. Like this is my life. But it's actually not really true. But those are the moments where I'm like, yeah, let's go live. I'm chill. I am having a good morning and a relaxed morning, and now I get inspired to do my work. So really what I wanted to talk about here is that I have been talking to women over the course of this week, where we started to really tap into their business and to their nervous system and the nervous system of their business, which is the ecosystem. And what I really started to realize is that, like, there are people that different kind of problems, but basically everything came to the same realization, the same essence. Where what I have been doing in my business, I want to say fairly good. I mean, obviously there's room for expansion always, but fairly good. Well, I created 6 figures in sales through it, so I think that I nailed it in some way. But anyway, we are going down a different path, and what I've seen is that everybody kind of has the same elements inside of their business, but they are not working. It's not working, so people are actually moving through the business consistently and fluently, important one, fluently. And so what we talk about in 6 figures in sales mastery is the way that people get elevated from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and keep staying in the different tiers because they love your business so much. And obviously not everybody is moving through your company. They move through the company until they feel it's done. They have the life force energy is taking them somewhere else. But anyway, if your business feels way too hard at this moment, there can be an elevation problem. And from the experience that I had with multiple women, which is so cool, we still have some spots in the 6 figures and CEO calls left. I think there are 4 until I decide what I will do with it. Probably elevate it in a way. Oh, yeah, elevated in a way. But anyway, what I really started to see is my partner is outside. What I really started to see is that everybody has the same levels inside of the company, but they have. Ik kan nou even. Oh, nee, ik dacht dat je me wat wilde laten zien. Oh, oké, toppie. Ik ben even live aan het geven. Nee, he's starting to strip for me. Nee. But what I started to see with every woman inside of the call was that there most of the time was a elevation problem in one of the stages inside of their company. So what I use is a model that really reflects on where people are at in their decision making, and starting from there and see how they want to continue to the next, to the next, to the next. And that is not one specific way, everybody has a different nervous system. And so we talk about that a lot in 6 figures in sales mastery. Not everybody has the same nervous system, right? Not everybody has the same decision making process, but there is a really cool way for people to elevate through the brand, and that is by having the simplest, I would say, idea about the decision making of people, where people say yes to something when it feels safe in their nervous system to say yes, when they feel like, okay, there's something here for me and I will try it out. Ooh, there's something here for me, and that yes becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. in the extent of them getting to know yourself. Ooh, this is really good actually. But anyway, they start to get to know you, and then their yes gets bigger and bigger and bigger over time. Or in the same breath, because sometimes people just have an instant visceral yes to whatever you're selling, right? So that is like really nailing the energetics very, very well. And this is so cool about Six Figures in Sales Mastery, because we are talking on that level. So you really get the energetics behind it and get the nervous system behind the high ticket sales, behind the ecosystem of high ticket sales, so that you can start elevating people through your brand. Really, this in and of itself, I think I will just, download it and save it for a course or something. But really, like, honestly, when I see people shift from one thing to the next, it's really because your brand is designed in a way where they understand the value of what you are bringing into that next thing, and it's the exact thing that they need. So yeah, obviously you're saying yes to that, right? If you have the means to make it happen, or you think you have the capacity to make it happen. And so obviously there is an element of, not everybody is as secure in themselves to say yes. So that can be an element of, where people decide to stop working with you because they haven't got the full trust in themselves yet inside of their nervous system to continue. So you have to have that, you have to understand that element of the decision-making process as well. It's both you and them, right? Can I make it to create this? Am I having trust enough in myself to create what I want? And do I have trust enough inside of you to create what I want? And that determines if the nervous system is full open or stays closed. That's it. And there are ways to kind of, elevate your messaging, obviously, to create that experience of, oh my God, yeah, I feel that now I read this and I see this. Okay, yeah, now I'm opening more because I understand the decision-making process of myself better, and you give me a solution to whatever hiccup I was saying. But that is more like how you can help people to make a deeper decision about your offer. And so it's not a weird, like, it's not for no reason that we also include sales pitching inside of the course. We include everything on how to elevate the brand, how to make those, make the ecosystem work for your nervous system as well as theirs, because it's so linked to nervous system, really, the nervous system regulation, right? To really effectively let the energy rise, let the life force rise through your business, and through their I want to say business too, but through their nervous system too, so they will have a big fuck yes to your programs, obviously, if it's resonant with them. So the real essence of Six Figures in Sales Mastery, it's not some sort of a trick. It's understanding that people have a nervous system that is supporting them inside of their decision making. Am I going further with this woman or am I not? And your own, because if you don't feel fully resourced in your brand, you will start to also notice that as a hiccup. And we will probably go into that as well, as we have like one of the parts of, this is cool actually, one of the parts of the course is called speeding up the process, and that has everything to do with these kind of things, like where are you not using where are you not using the leverage models that scale the business, and how can you support yourself in creating quicker results. So yeah, that is like everything around All of this is inside of Six Figures in Sales Mastery. We are starting next week to deliver, and I'm really happy about that because we are so excited about this training. You know, we have been in this creativity for over a year now, and I also started to witness some of my own leaks in this again. And so I can really help you just, you know, mature inside of the company, create a mature business model that really helps you to attract the clients that are for you and that are not, you know, wishy-washy with their commitments and bringing in value themselves as well. So it's not one-sided, right? It is fully be on board with who you are, with their whole with their whole nervous system. That is so cool about this, because I've never ever seen somebody teach this so naturally as I do. Probably they're out there, but not as strategic. Oh my God, it's both strategic, but based on natural elements, like on the nervous system, which is obviously something you deal with every fucking day, right? When you are creating, I remember me needing a new person to check out my car. I had one in, you know, in another city. But it took me so much time for me to let my car get checked out again. So I was like, I want somebody in my city. But I was really, my nervous system was really like closed to new options, because there are a lot of scammers in the car business, I would say. So I was really determining, like, what do I need to really feel like I trust this person. I can try it on. The entry point. And for me, that really was reviews. Having a lot of reviews can be already an entry point into your world. That's why I also started testimonials, because that creates already a getting to know yourself and a sort of a trust base of trust. So having testimonials actually quite a good leverage model, where people instantly see the value of your work through the art of having people sharing the art of your work from their own experience. So that creates an element of trust. And then then there was this idea of, okay, this looks good. Yeah, I think I will give it a go. And it's close by. It is, you know, it's easy for me to pick my car up. He's instantly available, important to me. I don't have to wait weeks for, etc., etc. So these are my decision-making processes. And then I went into the elevation model of him, basically, because I started with a checkout, which is $50. And then I got the bill back. So you can now see this in real life. I got the bill back and I checked it and I was like, I think you really rate me by truth. It's not bullshit. It is valid. I understand how much you rate me. I feel that is a usual thing. It feels honest. Honesty is one of my decision-making values. Does this feel honest? And so now, you know, I probably am hooked for life to this one, because I don't want to go somewhere else, because I don't know how they are operating unless it's like super much better, or I have a really like a dealer car, you know, that it needs a specific kind of attention. But basically, for now, I will probably go there and go back and go back and go back, because I trust the guy and he rates me well and he provides good service. He fixed my car well, right? And he's not bullshitting me. So do you see how easy it can be to get a long-term client? It really can be as easy if you understand how the nervous system works. So this is what I wanted to share. I deeply, deeply, deeply wish for you to be inside of Six Figures in Sales Mastery, because this is gold. This is gold. And I haven't seen it that specifically yet. This is always about translating your work, right? But this is strategy combined, not even combined, coming from your nervous system. When I went into deeply needing some strategy in my company, I really was looking for, in hindsight, like a nervous system connected way of strategy, where I felt it, I could feel it in my body. It could feel so easy. It feels so natural. It feels so me. It feels so yes, right? And so this is something that I've never ever seen before. So connected to the natural way of resourcing, resourcefulness, and being in deep connection with trust and with your heart and with everything you normally would do, and then connect it to a natural way of business that feels exciting, that feels potent, that feels energetically aligned, that feels what? And moves people through strategic action into the next. Because to be honest, I really resonate with, you need strategy in your life. You need a support system, a way of support that really feels good, the masculine, the healthy masculine, right? But doesn't trip the feminine over. And that comes through strategy that is connected to your nervous system. The end. So good. So good. I am so interested in seeing you there. As we said, like we start this week with, you know, elevating the brand, elevating the course, elevating everything there. We start recording, we start bringing it to the people. And I am so excited to see you there. Bye.